you'll focus on you right now, get into your skill building skill set and your toolbox and really amp up what you know about this business, become the local economist of choice as we talk, you're going to do just great during the next couple of quarters. Have an amazing Q3. We're in the back half of the year. Wishing you the best. Thank you, Keller Williams.
Okay, so we're going to have our minutes come up. Fairway. Robert, you're going to come and share?
Yes.
Let's see if I can get this. Oh, we're going to do bucket fills. I'm sorry. Bucket fills first, and then you. Perfect.
Oh, bucket fills.
Yeah, sorry.
Did anybody write one out that they wanted to submit?
Okay, so we do bucket fills every month. It's really for us to celebrate our culture, celebrate the people, and recognize a job well done, support. There's so many of you guys that help each other out. And so that's what our bucket fills are for. So if you didn't get one and you have a call out for somebody, you can fill it out. And then Rachel, you guys can go ahead and share if you have one. Layla?
Mine is actually for Rachel. I know this is kind of a little late, but the vendor fair we had last month turned out really, really good. And she worked really hard to get the vendors there and got it organized. And I think she did a great job. And of course, I appreciate all the vendors that came because it was hot. She did.
Okay, Jess, at the front desk, might be related to someone here. That attitude, that sweet face, that how can I help you above and beyond. I mean, all the staff is excellent, best staff ever, but she's, we haven't scared. I haven't
Yes. So Jessica filled in as Zoe was out on her honeymoon for the week, but Jessica is our Saturday go-key, so she's here, and Jessica is Diana's daughter. Yes, and she's fabulous. She is a go-getter mentality. I'm like, she's 17? 16. Okay, she'll be 17 soon. It's just crazy. I'm like, wow, no, not like that.
Oh, yeah, my granddaughter had her running around like crazy on my own, my man.
Oh, I love it. Does anyone else have a bucket fill? Tori?
I'd just like to say thank you to everyone that gave to our food drive. It was a huge success, and we're going to be having our school supply drive soon, so we'll get that information out to you guys. But thank you guys for donating. We really, really appreciate it.
It was what, 400 pounds, including Aubrey.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a lot of it.
Like to do a code kitchens, and the kitchens team of Bucket. They just, been helping me promote one of my listings that I've been struggling with, so just appreciate that.
All right. These are the bucket fills from last month.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, I did.
Tabitha Polly for food drive help. So Tabitha's not here, but Tabitha does collect out of the Aubrey office. She collects food all pretty much throughout the year. And so we got a phone call when we got to the food bank, and she said, "Hey, we've got a ton of food." And so we went and picked it up.
So we took a field trip out to
yes.
Aubrey.
Yeah. It was wonderful. So thank you guys. All right, now we've got our mortgage minute.
All right. Thanks for having us. Appreciate it. And we got our team with us today, so I was going to introduce everyone. On the right here, y'all's left, Brittany, she's processing. And then we got Emily, who does closing funding.
Hi, Emily.
Brenda, closing funding. And Natalie does everything. She's Mrs. Morgan. Ops, underwriting, processing, whatever you need. So that's our team. So thanks for having us. I want to go over one thing now that, especially since you're showing the shift thing, some ideas to use that we've been using instead of doing price reductions. You can have your seller, instead of doing a $10,000 price reduction, pay $10,000 of the buyer's closing costs, do what they call a 2-1 buy down. And what that'll do, it'll buy down the rate. So if the rate today is at 5.5%, year one is at 3.5%, year two is at 4.5%, and then the rate from years 3 through 30 would be 5.5%. But the good thing about this is, if your monthly payment, let's say, for example, nice round numbers, it's $6,000 a year lower for 3.5% coupon, and $4,000 lower for year two 4.5 coupon, there's $10,000 that goes in an escrow fund. So if rates come down like they think it might, and let's say the rates drop down to 4.5 or below, the people can refinance to get that permanent rate of 4.5, which is lower. And the money in the escrow account, if you haven't gone through the full 2 years, would be used to buy down a principal balance to keep the closing, basically cover your closing costs on the refinance. So it's one way to get advertised, okay, instead of a price reduction, hey, we'll buy down buyer's rate and we'll take the money and put it in the escrow account. And then the buyer has, much lower payments for the first 2 years anyways, which hopefully one, rates go down, or 2 and 3 years, they're gonna be making more money anyways, or reduce some of the debt. You can say, all right, if you're saving $500 a month on your first year payment, use that to go towards your car payment, knock that off.
Or student loans.
Or student loans, or whatever else, what other debts you might have. If someone's close to having some debt knocked out, knock that down, and then when your payment's up, you cleared out some debt, and still keep play the refinance.
Yeah, it's good. Also, we've used it with people who are entry level base plus commission, and they know their commissions will raise in years 1 and 2, but in the beginning, they might not make commission for like 5 or 6 months. They feel better about having that lower payment.
It's just a good selling tool. 1, keeps you from having to do a price reduction. 2, if everyone starts doing it, keeps the prices up in the neighborhood so it doesn't start spiraling down and go into short sale mode. Which I don't think it shows.
Shows could say you get 3.5%.
Keep the prices in the neighborhood up so you don't start having low appraisals.
How have you guys seen this marketed as far as communication?
We call people who have their listings on the market for 2 weeks, and if we hear that they're looking to make a reduction, we call them and say, hey, don't make a reduction, just advertise that you'll pay the buy down and get your borrowers 3.5%. And you'll get more activity to your listing instead of making a reduction.
Any questions?
Any questions? Follow us on that. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
William, the PC program.
Hi, can I do it from here?
Sure, yeah.
Cool. Okay, so as we all know, the market is changing. It's not using the word shift because it's a word that is on everybody's mind right now. So the market's changing. I just wanted to share some of the stats from the coaching program. The coaching program, we are currently coaching 1 in 5 agents in our markets. So 92% of our agents are in production, and that's because the agents that aren't in production just signed with us. So we're getting our newer agents or agents coming from other brokerages right in production. 50% of our agents have been in business less than 6 months, which is awesome. So as you can see, as interest rates keep going up, we keep selling more houses. So guys, do not be afraid of this changing market. Don't think that this is, as interest rates go up, this is going to limit business. There's opportunity out there. We just have to change where we're looking for them. Start beefing up on your investors, your cash buyers. Start pricing houses for the market. We used to see putting a sign in the yard, praying, and putting on MLS, and that's what would sell houses. We have to be a little more strategic with it. This is also really good news, and this is going to sound really scary when I share this stat with you, but it's good, I promise. The last recession that we saw, 48% of licensed individuals dropped. You don't feel like you're part of the 52%, you are, right? We have training, we share market data and stuff like that. So if you are maybe experiencing agents, or maybe realtor friends that are out in other brokerages that need that help, invite them to a training, invite them. We do group coaching every Friday with the coaching program. Just invite them. It doesn't hurt for us to share the knowledge with them. Schedule a call with the coach, just help them talk through that. We're getting a lot of agents on the other side that are panicking because they don't know what to do, and our agents are actually getting on them, so we're helping people navigate those. So, any questions on coaching? Thanks.
Thanks, Julian.
Okay.
Oh, you get to come up here.
Okay. Listen.
We have people on Zoom, though. That's
Okay.
yes. We have quite a few people on Zoom. So
So first of all, we're going to start off with a brief moment of silence. For our groundwater conservation district. With all that being said, hopefully you guys saw the video come out with our new compliance checklist. The groundwater conservation is no longer a part of that. That being said, should you choose to carry on, by all means, feel free. However, it will no longer be a part of our compliance. You can see not a ton has really changed. We did add some recommended forms for you. So if you have a survey in T47, go ahead and upload it. If you are getting your square footage from somewhere other than the tax rolls, upload it. That is there to protect you guys. On our buyer's contract,
Can we back up a second?
yes, ma'am.
If you're, it's other because the seller said it was such and such.
Yes.
What are you gonna upload?
So do they have a bill report that they're getting that? Are they getting that from an appraisal? That's where those are the types of things, because if they're just saying it,
Yeah.
that's gonna get us in trouble. And
Yeah.
we just need to advise them, hey, I understand that you feel this way. However, we really need to have some type of documentation
To back it
to
up.
back that up for your protection. Because it is, I mean, they can get sued for that. We've all seen it. It's crazy. So, that's why we want to make sure that we're keeping ourselves out of trouble. On the buyer's contract, another thing that we've added is the buyer's walkthrough and acceptance form. I know a lot of you probably already seen this form, but I don't know how many of us are actually using it. It's a great form to help keep us out of trouble and to make sure everyone is on the same page moving forward.
What form was that? Sorry.
The buyer's walkthrough and acceptance form.
Yeah.
They are actually adding to it. It's actually going to be a much more in-depth form than it once was. So we'll let you guys know when that actually officially comes out, but that is a really, it's an awesome form. I mean, it's there to protect everyone. Let me see, what else do we have? We also, if you have the seller's contract, again, put your T47 and survey, if you had it, on lease listings. So a couple of things that are now required are the rental flood disclosure. That is a new form as of February 1st, I believe. I'm not 100% sure on that, but that wasn't on our list. This is something that we have to make sure is signed by the landlord and tenant, regardless. Okay, whether it's in a flood zone, whether it's not in a flood zone, it's just a disclosure. The other very important thing that we have added, and when you are taking a lease listing, is we have the tenant selection criteria. So we really need to have a model tenant selection criteria uploaded in our file and in the MLS, because we have to state what we're looking for in a tenant. You can't just pick the best one. You have to say, I want this credit score, I want this rental history, I want whatever your landlord wants, we want to have that documented. So if you have questions about that, holler at me. We're looking at probably doing some more training on our lease listings and lease properties. So, but overall, and we strongly encourage you guys, get your paperwork in. Please, 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 Diana will love you forever. If you do, I will love you forever. It's very, very important. That way we can stop any issues before we happen. So, any questions? No? Clear? All right. The only other thing I would say, if you're a member of Greater Denton Wise County, you should have received an email asking you to fill out your new growth zone profile. This is going to be our new asset management system for paying our bills, and it's going to be so much better. You can actually upload a credit card and it will auto pay. Oh my gosh, it's like we're in the new century. All right. So 22 is our year. But just make sure you also fill that out. Other than that, I think I've rambled and rattled enough. So thank you guys.
Thank you. As you guys know, Anne is going to be teaching every Monday at 1 p.m. She does a broker chat. And so that will resume on Monday at 1 p.m. via Zoom. You can access that exactly how you access our partner meetings at kwdentonlive.com. She's going to be talking about intermediary on Monday, so you don't want to miss it. We've had lots of questions and conversations about that, but you can also go back and watch all of her broker chats on our YouTube channel. Last week she did mineral rights, and then I believe the first week she did escalation clause or escalations. So she's on. Yeah, she did. Oh, and Bertha. Thank you. So you guys can go back and watch those, but those are high level trainings that Anne provides weekly at 1 p.m. So Rachel's going to come up and give us a little tech tip
Hello, everyone. How are we doing? Fantastic, obviously. So, the biggest one that I've seen a lot of people is not knowing that you can subscribe to our internal KW calendar and link it to your Google calendar. So, all of your Gmail that is how you go through your MyKW email. So go to mykw.kw.com and you'll visit your Market Center intranet. When this comes up, you'll see the calendar here in the corner. We'll just click to view calendar this way. And then right here at the top, you'll see this subscribe button. When you click that, you can set up, I highly recommend using my events calendar. So if you're someone who makes a lot of room reservations or phone time reservations, this will add those reservations to your calendar as well. So then you'll just set up now and it'll bring you to this link and you click here for Google. And then it just automatically takes you straight to your KW calendar. And that'll send you, you can set up push notifications for it. So you get reminders about all of your appointments and things like that. But highly recommend doing it this way. That way, every time we make a change, it's automatically changed on your calendar as well. So you're not having to re-accept a ton of invites or anything like that.
You're not going to do away with the one that comes in
No,
every
ma'am.
morning. That's what I go by.
Yep, and that is the same exact calendar. Yes, ma'am. Alrighty, so that was my tech tip. Like, a lot of people had questions about that, so if you have any other specific questions, please let me know. Alrighty. So then the next thing I wanted to talk about as well is K-score. So we are changing the process on how we were doing K-score originally. Initially, you would send me an email with the student's information, and then I would send them a personalized email that had a sign-up link to a Google Sheet. So now you can still send me an email with their contact information, but you can also send them directly to this website, this link. You can scan this as well. That is a link to my Calendly. And so every Tuesdays at 5:30 and every Thursdays at noon, I do a K-score interest call. So the process now, usually we would just enroll them directly in K-score, but we are making it mandatory for them to do the first module of KW Prep, which steps them through a blueprint activity where they can find their why and figure out if this is a good step for them. And then once they submit that blueprint activity to me, then I send them their registration for K-score and they get started that way. So this is starting this week. So if you have any questions about that or more specific as to how we step through K-score, please let me know. But overall, this is going to be the easiest way to get all of those students to me so I can get them registered.
Question. Is define K-score.
K-score is Keller, they changed branding. So it's not Keller Williams School of Real Estate. It's Keller Successful Career Opportunities in Real Estate. But essentially what it is, we give you a 6-month time period to finish all of the 180 hours of pre-licensing education that's required for your license to become a real estate agent. So we offer that as to no cost of them. So if they want the base model, which is $389, which comes with a PDF textbook and the 180 hours of education, they can do it that way. There is an upcharge if they want to get like the textbooks and the videos and things like that, but it's only an additional $60. So it's not crazy. But so that's all K-score is the 180 hours of pre-licensing that's required to get your
So
license.
for somebody that's interested in getting.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is a great way to build your profit share, your downlines and things like that.
One great thing too is, I mean, we're obviously in the great resignation, right? And so I think a lot of people are re-evaluating what they're doing for work, why they're doing it, what type of life do they actually want to have. And so we've had quite a few people sign up through K-score, and KWRI created KW Prep as a way to help them understand this isn't just like, how do you actually build a business? So KW Prep, the first 2 modules, which is why we're moving to helping them kind of understand what's your motive behind getting your license? What do you want to actually accomplish? And that's kind of the blueprint. We've had, like I said, quite a few people that have gone and gotten signed up and their time's lapsing. And so we want to actually help people get into the industry. We don't want this just to be a thing that we're like, hey, no cost to you, real estate school, right? That's no cost to you, but let's actually we're investing as a market center, we're paying monthly for this so that we're actually investing in people. So we want to see them succeed. We want to see them live their life by design. So if you guys have quarterly phone calls, like Q3 is here. So if you have quarterly phone calls, this may be a great opportunity to say, hey, have you ever considered, like, how's work going? Have you considered getting your license? We have this. I'd love to send you information. Or would you want to grab coffee and talk more about what real estate looks like? So think about this as a way to connect with your database and also bring people into the business that could really benefit from it.
And just a smaller caveat to that, if you have someone that is outside of the state of Texas, please let me know before you send me their information, because I can absolutely get them in touch with another Caseboard operating market center in their area. Now, some of the states, it's not on in all 50 states yet, so that is.
It's not offered in Oklahoma. Yes.
Which is kind of a bummer, yes.
But I'm sorry, what's the residence? Is Rachel
Where? I'm sorry.
visit?
We'll post this slideshow. It's the Calendly link. I'll make sure to send it out, but I just can't get rid of this box.
Okay.
But it's like Rachel Pergerson / Keller Williams.
You can take a picture of it. Yeah.
But this, if you hold your phone up to that, it'll take you to that webpage.
Oh, will?
Yes, ma'am.
Has anyone had anyone go through Caseboard yet? I just had someone I know.
Yeah.
Austin went through it and graduated, who's now in the kitchen really. And then Heather, what'd you think?
I just texted someone that was just talking to me about getting into real estate. So I'm like, hey, you want to chat again?
Yes,
I have
absolutely.
two that are like on the fence. I'm like.
And the other like frequently asked questions I usually get is, are they going to have to pay anything back? No, whatever they invest in is theirs to keep. So they will lose access to the PDF textbook and the videos once the 6 months is over, but those workbooks that they purchase, those are theirs. They don't have to return those. And then the other one is, do they have to sign up with Keller Williams afterwards, specifically our brokerage? No, they can go to any brokerage. If this is for their Texas real estate license, this has nothing to do with Keller Williams. So that's the other big pull about it. So if you have people and you're trying to get them in to Keller Williams, you can, but this isn't a lock-in contract or anything crazy like this. This is literally Texas Real Estate Commission, 180 hours of pre-licensing education. Cool.
Thanks, Rach.
You're welcome.
All right, so we've got some market updates, kind of looking at, I like to show you guys what's going on in Denton County, or excuse me, the city of Denton, so you can kind of see, well, these are Denton County, I'll show you the city of Denton. But in Denton County, last month, the June median sales price was $485. So you can kind of see January started at $420, increase. May actually was down. And now we're back up to $485. So for median days on market, we're at 6 last month. As we look at this, the entire MLS is up 8. What are you guys seeing? Crickets. Is that what you said? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I've seen buyers not having to pay title policy anymore.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, things are changing, right?
Home warranties. A home warranty rep stated that she's like, I got 8 whole orders last week.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she was like, that doesn't sound like a lot to you guys, but that's a lot.
No, I believe that.
0 forever.
Yeah,
Got 8
I saw one on the contract, and I was like, what? $600 for, what is that like?
Yeah. I forgot what that was. All right, so month supply of inventory. So June, we've got 1.9 in Denton County, and the entire MLS is 2.1. In the city of Denton, it's actually higher than 1.9. So we are seeing an increase in inventory come on. And then as we look at June's new listings, So for Denton County, we added just shy of 2,500 new listings into Denton County, and for the entire MLS, we just shy of 19,000 for listings. All right, and then for closed sales, we had 1,397, so just shy of 1,400 in Denton County, and in the entire MLS, 11,625. So it's down. I mean, we're down 13.6%.
Is that year over year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so I just transmitted for June yesterday, so I do not have the full June numbers. So here's what May looked like. Our office had a total of 106 closings. We took 87 listings and we sold 53 listings. Our average sales price was $435,917. Year to date, we have, that doesn't look right. That's too many closed units. Year to date, we actually, the sales price is $449,730. In Denton County though, in May, we took, or there were 2,956 closed units. And just shy of 2,300 listings taken, and I can't see that number. You want? I can't see that number. Oh, go backwards. Backwards. There we go. And in May in Denton County, the sales price. The average sales price was $593,418. So ours is a little bit lower. Ours actually encompasses all of our closings though. So it's not just Denton County. It's going to be any closing that we did in the area. I do have some preliminary totals for this again. For the month of June, we closed 146 units, which was up from May. We took 103 listings, which was up for May as well. We wrote 158 contracts, which was only one up. So y'all are still writing the same amount of contracts. We had a closed GCI of 1,461,156. And our average sales price dropped down to $403,246.
I think last month wasn't 430. I think it was.
Don't you think the increase in interest rates is?
Yeah, 435.
What people are buying and closing on lower priced houses?
I mean, we're actually going to see the percentage changes here in a minute.
Is anybody seeing any price reductions that they're having to have conversations about? Yeah. Does anybody feel prepared to have those conversations? I know we've got some agents in here who likely never had that conversation. Is that a training that y'all would like to see happen soon? Some best script practices on that?
We actually have a training on Tuesday next week. So Nikki and Gary Ubaldini, who are business partners, Jim and Linda, they own the Southern Florida region of Keller Williams. There's a 7th level team that have been in the industry for over 30 years. So they built a 7th level team. They own, I think, 38 market centers. They've been around the block. Like they know, and so they're coming in and they still do a ton of after teachings and all of those sorts of things. And so they're going to be here Tuesday next week from 12 to 1:30, and they're going to be doing a class on thriving in a shifting market. So again, there's so much opportunity for us. Again, like not Gary, but Mark was saying, it's a skill-based market. So how do we have those conversations and set the expectation of the seller? Because the sellers, unfortunately, you guys, they still think it's a crazy, crazy, crazy seller's market, and they want to price it as high as they can. Well, what they don't understand is days on market are increasing, supply is increasing, like all these things are increasing, and so they now have more competition than they have had in the past. And so they're going to be talking about going through scripts. They're going to be talking about how do you overcome objections, and then how do you actually continue to build and leverage your database in this time, because your sphere of influence is going to be where you're going to get a good bit of business. So how do we dive back into that? How do we cultivate those relationships? So It's a class next Tuesday. I wouldn't miss it. Gary and Nikki are fantastic. They're fun, funny, and will bring a ton of value to your business. So 12 to 1:30 next Tuesday. This is our market share for the city of Denton. I want you guys to be proud that you guys work for Keller Williams. And this is what this shows. So you can see this is us here. This is KW Flower Mound. This is Realty Team, Ebby, Monument, Coldwell Banker, and you can kind of see the list goes down. So as we look at this, we can see we've got 8.9% market share. What's cool about Keller Williams, you guys, is yes, we're Keller Williams Denton, but when you guys go out into the market, Keller Williams is Keller Williams. So your clients see Keller Williams sign, they see you guys. They're not seeing Flower Mound, Dallas Preston Road, Denton, they see Keller Williams, which is awesome, and that's to your benefit. And so you can say proudly, we are the #1 brokerage in the city of Denton. And this is pulled from Broker Metrics, and Broker Metrics, I look at this pretty fairly often, and it pulls all of the data from the MLS. So this doesn't necessarily show any off-market property or anything that's sold. Say a new bill that wasn't put in the MLS is not going to be in Broker Metrics, but all of this information. So our average days on market is 12. Our commission is 2.87 and 420,000. This is showing productive agents at 60. So that means 60 agents did a deal. And we've got 8.9% of market share. Everybody else is 2.6 or below.
What's the yellow?
So the yellow, this is the buy to sell.
Okay.
So you can see like this was when you look at Diana's number, we took 146, we closed 146 units in June. We took 103 listings. So you're gonna see this is our listings to sold. Any questions? This is great. You guys can, if you guys want this, I can print this or send this to you via PDF. This is great when you go on listing presentations. If you're in the city of Denton, use this to your advantage because it's powerful. All right, let's see. Okay, so this is also looking at, this is for year to date. So when we look at this, we're gonna see the red here. Oh, okay. So the red is the for sale, which is the larger one. Under contract is the blue, and then here is the new. So you can kind of see week by week what's going on. We're seeing that the market or the supply is increasing. That's the trend of it, right? And when we look at the blue under contract, we're kind of seeing just a very steady line. It's not deeply increasing, decreasing, but we're kind of seeing it hold. And then when you look at the new listings, you're seeing we had quite a few new listings come on the first week of June, and then we're kind of tapering down. Do y'all have any questions on that?
So the last 3-week trend then is more purchase than the year than the whole year.
Yeah.
So there's more buyers now than there has been all year.
So, and when you look at this for sale, this is like previous weeks, last 12 weeks, units change 80% for sale, 55.1 under contract, 40.6 increase, and then new 67.6%. So what's interesting is in some markets, what you're seeing is the inventory going up and under contract, they're moving this way. Our market is, our inventory is increasing and we're staying pretty steady at under contract. So keep, like, your buyers are in a good position. Like, go out there, write offers, show them homes, get creative. Like you said, there's things like this now because sellers are thinking, oh crud, my home's sitting on the market for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, not getting showing, not getting an offer.
Yeah.
Like, you guys have a ton of, your buyers have power now. They're getting more power. Any questions? Okay. All right. Actually, I was going to remove that one. So let me go here real fast. Okay, so this is going to kind of show you the sales price to list price ratio. So when we look at this is the actual list price here. How do I get rid of this thing? Okay, we're going to just put it right here. So list price. So obviously 0 to 100,000, you're seeing close price to list price. So pretty much in all the categories besides the 800,000 and 900,000 and $1 million plus, you're seeing increases as far as the close price to list price. Is that pretty, are you guys experiencing that still in the market? And this is for Denton. Yes? Okay.
So you're still selling 5% above and Denton on a $400,000 house?
Mhm. And then when you look at it from this, when you look at it this, so you got the list price, original price median, closed price median. So you can kind of see again, the 800 and 900. And then the $1 million plus, you're seeing if the median price was $13.75, it's sold for $13.18, right? $8.75 sold for $8.62. So we're seeing, I just think it's helpful for you guys to know, one, going in pricing properties, what's actually happening in Denton. You guys can pull all this information from Netris. So when you guys go to the stats, you can choose if you're looking for a city, particular county that you're working in. You guys can go and see this. And I think it's helpful to look at to know what's actually happening. And you can manipulate it. So I showed this by list price because I think that's interesting for us to see, but you can see month over month and all those different things. So you can kind of manipulate it for whatever you need. And if you guys have questions on that, myself or Rachel would be happy to show you how to go ahead and access that information. Okay. Do you mind if I erase this? Okay. Did anyone want to take a photo of this before I erase? Yeah, okay. I'll get out of this. Okay, thank you. All right, so how many of you guys have had somebody, a client say, well, I want to wait until it's a buyer's market?
Mr. Whitlock.
Oh, no one's had that? Or I want to wait till the market bottoms out?
Yeah.
Everyone's heard that? Okay. So a great tool that you can do when you're having a conversation is get out a piece of paper. Okay, so you guys tell me when the market bottoms out. Has the market bottomed out yet? Yeah. Okay, so where did the market bottom out? That's called a point of realization, right? So no one knows when the bottom of the market, there's indicators that show the bottom of the market. So I'm gonna ask you when, we're gonna try to find the top of the market. You guys tell me when we've hit the top of the market. Okay. What do you guys gather from this?
We're always a couple months behind where it really is.
Yes. The point of realization is after the market's already started to turn up or turn down, right? And so I hear that all the time. People are like, well, I'm just gonna wait till the market changes. Or I'm gonna wait till this. And that's fine, they can. However, but when you think about real estate actually goes like this. It goes like, it's a pretty, there's a safe zone with which you can operate in, right? You can purchase within a safe zone. If you want to call this the safe zone, this is the unsafe zone, or this is the lucky zone. This is the unlucky zone, right? So I think it's helpful, like if you guys get into a conversation, whip out a piece of paper and just say, hey, let's actually talk about this, right? Because nobody knows when the bottom of the market is and nobody knows where the top of the market is. We all have great resources and, like I said, indicators that tell us that there might be a market turn coming. However, no one knows for certain where we're at. So hopefully that empowers you guys to continue to do what you do and have educated conversations with your buyers and your sellers. Because as long as they operate within, I mean, there is one thing that's true. If you hold real estate long enough, you will make profit. Like you will. I think Jim and Linda have only lost profit on 1 or 2 homes, and it's because they didn't hold it long enough. So if you've read Hold, the book that they wrote, and you also have to look at, one, we can't guarantee like that somebody will make money on the sale of their home. But when you think about if they're selling a home every 10 years, think about what happened between 10 years ago to now. Think about now, 10 years from now, right? So they say 5 to 7, but 10, like if you're looking at that. So just know that you guys, like, we're still in a very good position to buy and sell real estate. Now, if you have somebody that's coming in and wanting to buy and flip, they just need to know what they're doing and work out the numbers. And any questions? No? Okay. Awesome. We are going to, how many of you guys actually know what RPR is? Does anyone know what this is? Yeah? How many of you guys use it? Great, that's awesome. Okay, so RPR is Real Property Resource. It's given to us by NAR. So I'm going to show you guys what this is going to look like. So it's free to you to use. So when you log into your Metris dashboard, again, in the shifting market, you guys, we need to lead, generate, and lead convert, right? So you need to generate leads, and you need to convert leads. So one way that you guys can do this is through using RPR. So when you go here, you can log in, and you can actually, what I would recommend is everybody pull open their phone. Let's download the app because the app is very powerful. So the idea here is say you're out in the market. You're wearing your Keller Williams polo, Keller Williams hat, we are KW, your Ding Dong Properties stuff, you know, you're branded. People know that you're in real estate. Wear your name badge. How many of you guys wear your name badge out and about? How many conversations do you get by your name badge?
About 1 a week.
Yeah, at least. Yeah. I knew somebody in my old brokerage that she literally built her whole entire business off of her name badge. She would just go around and have conversation with people in all of the restaurants and all of the local things that were around our brokerage. So wear your name badge. Let me go here. Okay, so when you guys go, does everyone have their phone out? Go ahead and go ahead and pull open. Look for NAR RPR. I think that's what they call it. And you'll be able to download it. Go to your app store.
I think it's
I got
RPR.
RPR mobile.
Wonderful, there we go. RPR mobile. So go ahead and download that. So when you go out and you have your name tag on, or you have your KW hat on, or whatever it is that you have on, and somebody says, hey, how's the market? This is the script you're going to use. You are going to say, if you have a specific address or neighborhood in mind, I can send you information right now. What's the best place to send it? Your cell phone or your email? Right? Then literally you're going to pull open the RPR app. You're going to type in whatever address they tell you or whatever neighborhood. So if it's Southridge Estates, you're going to type in Southridge Estates, and it's literally going to give you a full report. You can do a market report or a neighborhood report, but it's going to give you a full report on what's happening in that neighborhood. So if I go back here to RPR and I type in Southridge Estates in Denton, and this does the same thing in the app that it does here. So it's going to show me, this is what, there's 3 properties. Let's see. Create report. So you can see what kind of report do you want. You want market activity, you want a neighborhood report. So let's view, this is what the neighborhood report looks like. It gives them a snapshot. You're gonna have your photo, your information, and it's gonna tell them everything. You can customize what you actually want on it. But then let's go ahead and do run report, sorry. Okay, so it's gonna generate this. I'm doing it via this one, but like I said, when you're out and about, pull open the app, and you literally, today I did one for my neighborhood, and it goes, view report. I can see my neighborhood, what's going on as far as change over month, 3 months, 12 months, 18 months, median estimate home value. I can see any of the homes that are on the market down here that will actually show me what's sold, the new listings pending close. Again, this is gonna give them a snapshot. And then what are you gonna do after you send that to them? You're gonna follow up and set an appointment and say, hey, what questions did you have? How can I help you? Did you see X, Y, and Z? I have a listing coming on the market in 5 days that is gonna be in that neighborhood. Do you know of anyone that's looking to purchase? There we go. All right. So now you have a full report on what's going on in this neighborhood. Guys, this is powerful. And it's at our fingertips. It's for you guys to use and to, again, strike up the conversation and ask them how you can help right then and there. Do y'all have any questions? Does anyone use this currently in this way to generate leads? No?
Is our login the same as the NAR?
You have to actually create an account.
Okay.
Yeah.
But is it, I've gone into it off of Netris.
Yeah, that's how I accessed it.
Yeah, I didn't go to NAR.
No, yep, it's right when you log into Netris. It's on your dashboard right here.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
So,
do I know how to use it? No.
well,
We're gonna do
yes.
classes with it.
Yeah, we can definitely do some classes and showing you. Okay, so that's one way. Again, utilize this app, utilize that script. The other way is I'm going to be hosting a shift book club starting next Friday at noon up here in the training room. So if you are interested, please, I'll have a sign up sheet downstairs by Zoe's desk. Just sign up, put your name, your email, and your phone number. I will reach out. It'll be 9 weeks because there is a pretty in-depth, we're going to go through shift. If you don't have the book, no worries. I do have a digital copy that I can send to you. So that's definitely something that I'll make sure that I make available to you guys. So, yeah. Yep, and if you do want a hard copy, we do have ones available for purchase. And how much are they?
I think it's $17.25.
Okay.
And we'll put it on your office bill.
Yep, awesome. So that starts next Friday. Okay, does anyone have any upcoming listings that they would like to share with the group?
I have one in Plano. It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. I think we're gonna list it at $525. It is in a very small community. It's almost zero lot line. They have small side yards. But they've updated a lot. I'm getting the list of all the updates together now, but it'll be probably the end of next week we'll go live.
Okay, and what's the square footage?
2072.
Okay, and it's in Plano?
And it's in Plano, and there are 2 living areas, one up and one down.
Okay.
So it's
Where in Plano?
It's on Ridgeview. It's south of 121 on Coit. The next street is Ridgeview, and then it's in that area.
All right.
So it's obviously really close to accessibility to everything.
Anybody else have any new listings or a listing that they need it to be sold?
I have 2 listings that need to be sold.
Okay.
It's
Give
on
us-
Teasley Trails. We just reduced it 20,000. It's on Sky Sale. It's 2,000 square feet. It really, it's pretty like new. Nobody's showing. And then I have a listing on Wildwood, and we're about to reduce that because the owner has bought another house. And we haven't had enough showings, but it's listed at $349. Come on, guys, that's entry level prices. We're probably gonna reduce it to $349.
Have you had anything written on either of those? Nothing? Okay.
How long have they been meeting?
10 days. Not long, but this is, it used to be a week on the market and we felt like, well, it's just now starting to get out there.
Yeah.
which is kind of true, but now, because of the way everybody's jumped everything so fast, you feel like a week or 2 weeks is a long time.
I have one on Montecito, listed at, $1 million. It's on 1.5 acres, 1.4 acres. 1.4 acres, 5,200
Sounds like a
square feet.
girlfriend's house.
Write a check for you, right?
And then I have one in Sanger that's literally like a brand new house. It's less than 2 years, so like a year and a half old.
Where is
For
it?
349 on Blue Bonnet. Yeah, they're not even showing.
Do you have, does it have any land or?
The one in Sanger? No, it's just a lot.
It's just a lot.
I mean, it's just a house on a lot.
Probably have a lot.
Start a quarter of an acre.
Heather, is your house?
I mean, I have not listed my
Right.
home.
Still
I wasn't
available for
licensed.
purchase.
Yeah, I was not licensed yet when we put it on the market. My home is available for purchase. It's flawless. I highly recommend it. We're also in Sanger. We're in Sanger Circle. It's like 0.2 of an acre, something, some tiny little lot in a neighborhood too. But it's 3-bedroom, 2 bath. Very motivated sellers. Please help me. We've had one showing. I think it's been on the market 3 weeks. And we only have one person.
How many bedrooms about?
3-bedroom, 2 bath.
What's the price?
375.
Square
No.
footage?
Mine's 4-bedroom, 2 bath.
1900.
Same deal in Singer?
Huh?
Same price in Singer?
Mine's 349.
I mean,
Mine just appraised. I did get it appraised. It appraised at
Yeah.
388.
Oh, no, I'm
So,
sure
yeah.
we're really low compared to the
Yeah,
comps.
we
but
appraised
we're
at
not even gonna
388.
show it.
If you want to tell your sellers, they wouldn't have to pay for an appraisal.
Buyers.
That's what I meant. Yeah, I don't care who buys my house. If someone can buy it, that's fine.
all right, well, we're gonna try to keep doing, if you guys have listings come on, we're gonna give you guys an opportunity to share about your listings. One, because I think that there's a lot of opportunity for people in this room online to know.
Contour might make a comeback.
Yep, I'm thinking. Okay, so this kind of brings us to off-market properties. So how many of you guys attended Ann's training on off-market versus coming soon? Okay, if you did not attend it, it was fantastic. You guys need to go back and watch the video. It is on YouTube. Okay, it's on YouTube. So we are actually going to be creating, we already created an off-market property Facebook group, right? So Coldwell Banker, Compass, they're saying, hey, we've got exclusive listings, we've got pocket listings, we've got nothing that's on the market, right? And as we see the industry that's moving, some sellers don't want to have a sign in the yard. Some sellers don't want to have people walk through their home and rummage through their stuff because people are nosy and they do that. So this is an opportunity if it's a true off-market property. So part of you guys being able to join this group will be that you actually need to watch the video that Ann did because there are different things between off-market and coming soon. There are advertising rules that we must follow. However, there are ways and strategies which Ann lists out how we can get around having an off-market property. We do an open house. We put it in the MLS on Friday, and then we do an open house over the weekend. And it goes live on Monday. So there's ways around and really just strategy on how we can comply with all the rules that we have. But go ahead and watch that video, join this group. This is where you guys can post your off-market properties, right? So let's sell our homes within our brokerage. Let's continue to take market share. Let's continue to double side deals. Anna plug intermediary will be on Monday at 1 p.m. Make sure you're there. So this is the QR code. If you do want to, you'll be able to search KW Denton off-market properties, but there are some stipulations and you'll have some questions that you have to fill out prior to being able to gain access to the actual Facebook group. Okay, because we can't have any outside advertising. The advertising has to only be internal to us at KW Denton. Okay, And then the homeward way. So we had Maria Rincon come and do a homeward training. And so I do want you guys, if this is something that would help your people, you guys can go ahead and scan and create an agent dashboard. They have a rep that will work with you directly to see if this is an option for your buyers. So 2 things that you can do with them is that you can buy before you sell or buy with cash. Those are the 2 things that they offer. So again, we want to arm you guys with all the tools and all the resources so that you guys can best serve your client. So we're going to have another training with them, kind of talk more about their program and how you guys can utilize it. And their whole thing is like, how do we separate you in a sea of sameness? Like, how do you have something that when you go on a listing presentation, when you go on a buyer consult, you have something that you can actually tell your sellers and your buyers, hey, I have this and we can utilize this to help you in your home buying or home selling. So. All right. So we do have some birthdays. I'm trying to see if is anyone in here that has a birthday? Diana's in here that has a birthday. So, yeah. Well, happy birthday to all of our July babies. We've also got some work anniversaries. I don't believe anyone.
Wayla.
Yeah, she's on the phone. Layla's birthday anniversary. And then this is last month we added 11 new agents to our market center. So we've got Bill Pappin. He actually came from KW Papel, lives in Denton, is super excited to get started here. He'll be in the coaching program. We've got our one and only Heather Crawford. She's in the coaching program. Cheryl Hassel, she's on Zoom. Hi, Cheryl, welcome. She's in Michigan, but her and her husband are going to be moving here at the end of the year. So she went ahead and joined us already. We've got Julia Carter. Julia Carter came from Repeat Realty. We're super excited. She's ready to just kickstart her career and she's in the coaching program. We've got Scott Douglas, Scott Pennell, and Tennell, thank you. He is with Rebecca Douglas and on her team. We've got Marco Nunez. He's a new agent in coaching as well. We've got Jill Hogg. She's going to be joining the Ranchman Property Group. So she's wonderful. We've got Vanessa that's here. Welcome, Vanessa. Vanessa's new and she's in the coaching program. Diana Poland is new. She's also in the coaching program. Jennifer Holter, she is joining the McKissick group. And then we've got Sarah Mossman, and Sarah is actually out in Wichita Falls. So we now have 3 agents out there. We've got Abigail Beaver, Karen Beatty Martinez, and now Sarah Mossman. So welcome to all of our newcomers. We're super excited to have you guys here. All right, that leads us to, we have Ignite. So how many of you guys have gone through Ignite? Okay, it's all brand new, which is awesome. They rolled out a brand new Ignite series. And so it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Today it's actually 3 to 5 because I do believe you guys had your orientation training today.
Yeah,
but the best contracts teacher ever. AKA Tori Wilson. So if you guys, this is an opportunity. You don't have to go through the whole entire thing. If you guys just need like refreshers on 1 or 2, feel free to come. Like this is great content. They've updated everything. I believe today, what are they going through? What are y'all going through? I can't remember. But on Monday, I'm going to be teaching social media, open houses, and how to win. Like they have how to win with your buyers, how to win with your sellers, how to negotiate the deal, how to write the deal, what do open houses look like, all those sorts of things. So it's a great refresher. Again, we're moving into a skills-based market, right? So we need to freshen up on our skills, maybe reevaluate what skills we've or habits we've acquired over the couple years that are not conducive to you building your business in a skills-based business. So this is an opportunity for you guys to come and do that. We've got, like I said, Tuesday next week, Driving in a Shifting Market with Gary and Nikki Ubaldini, 12 to 1:30. Definitely make sure that y'all are here. It's gonna be a really great time. This is unconscious bias in real estate. So KWRI has really great trainings that they host. And so we're going to be doing them. We'll have them shown here in the training room up on the screen, but you can also register and watch from home or whatnot. And this is one of those. And then we've got the color of real estate.
It's another KWRI.
So it's really like learn how the history of government practices has contributed to today's housing disparities, define our role as realtors, identify resources and skills to ensure fair housing, and expand your business research. So reach. So KWRI has Julia Lachey Israel, who leads our diversity, equity, and inclusion. And really, this is KWRI empowering us to continue to service our clients in the best way possible and understand that history and different things within fair housing and whatnot has impacted the real estate industry, and how can we lead and help everybody find a home. So that's that. And then Diana and I are going to be going through Shift Proof Your Budget. And this is just a 101 class. I took a agent financials class 2 weeks ago from Tommy Flood, who's our regional director. And there are some really, really great resources and tools that I got. So I want to give that to you guys. You know, with NAR predicting that, I think it's 5.7 million homes are going to be sold this year. It's almost a 10% reduction in what they originally thought. So how do we look at our budget? And one, how do we begin to look what's necessary, what's a nicety, and what's luxury, right? So we're going to actually take out highlighters and look at our expenses and see what are those things. And we're going to get real. That's part of being in a changing and shifting market. We're going to get real so that you guys know that we're not going to have the 48%. Like, you guys are part of the 52. But part of that is getting real with your budget and seeing where you're at. And maybe you're not spending enough money on lead generation. Maybe you need to put more pennies in that piggy bank and withdraw a little from, I don't know, something else. So we're just going to take a look at it. So that will be on the 26th up here at 11.
It is a workshop. Please bring your P&L, your credit card statement, your bank statement, whatever you're going to be going over, and you can highlight it for you to see from that room.
Yep. Okay, and then next Tuesday, we've got our community groups. We do have, because we have Gary and Nikki coming, it's going to be a little different as far as timing goes. So we're going to have education for 30 minutes, culture will be for 30 minutes, and growth will be for 30 minutes after. So we're kind of, so we'll start 10, 11, 11:30, and then 1:30, 2, and then 3. So we'll send that out more formally, but just wanted you guys to know that. Okay. And this just goes into our words, and we will post these on Facebook. But any questions? I know we gave you guys a lot of information today. Was it valuable?
Yes.
Was it helpful? Okay. That's what we want. So if there's things that you guys see that you want to know more of, or trainings or whatnot that would actually make this time more worth your value, or please let us know, because we want to help in any way that we can. So thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.
Make it a great week.